And then there's my introduction into the people who are the hip-hopians. Okay? That's all I was saying. My aunt Miss Sue from Trenton, New Jersey, just celebrated DJing on the radio for 38 years. You know, and I'm just sharing sharing some history from Trenton, brother. That's all I'm doing. I sat here and heard everybody. There's some stuff that people don't know about our city, and it's full of richness, and I'm here to be able to speak on it, just like anybody else. You know, and from that, last year, me and this brother, and he don't remember, I'm from Trenton, and I was one of the DJs that was a part of the fundraiser for the Hip Hop Museum. Yes. And was the only DJ that wasn't from New York, besides the 14-year-old girl from DC. So this movement moves. When it's embedded in you, it can move into all kinds of different directions. It's what you choose to do with it. I am an advocate for keeping the DJ culture alive because it is falling apart with technology. Yep. So I stand at the forefront of one of the brothers keeping it alive. Shout out to my DJ Cafe brothers. You know, anyone interested in DJing locale, I know we don't have a school like, you know, the DJ Academy and stuff like that, but every other Tuesday in Pennsauken there's a DJ Cafe. It's called the International DJ Cafe. It's about 7, 8 years old. And you can come there and learn from a beginner stage to advance yourself to becoming a better DJ. Now, going back to when I took everything from my DJs before hip hop and gotten to the point that I was when I was 13, and I'm like, you know what? The way they DJ and the way I'm DJing right now with the BSR turntables and going to metal shop and cutting that big old thing down to the little thing and putting like 8 sheets of saran wrap to get some spin. I said there has to be some people out there who is moving in a different direction. Then comes this family right here. Because I was on the radio strolling one day and had aluminum foil reaching across the room and came across the radio station called WHBI. And from that, I'm gonna say a name who my favorite DJ was on that station, Jay Bloodrock. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. I was gonna get to that. You know what I'm saying? Right, you know what I'm saying? So I was fortunate, you know, at the time when me and Red became friends, Johnny C and all of us, in the earlier, before 1980, we had MC crews. I was a part of putting together a DJ crew in Trenton. It was called the Unity Crew. It was 23 DJs and 1 MC. You know what I'm saying? Like Dice had a turntable, he had a turntable, one speaker was his, the other speaker, everything was, we shared and put everything together. None of our families had cars. We would use shopping carts to go from park to park, from East Trenton to Junior 3. And then it was at the skating ring when they finally started having the events there, and a lot of the guys was coming down, you know, performing at the skating ring, and they started having a weekly DJ battle for $100. And I was from Miller Homes. I caught a cab to the skating ring, and I told him, I said, look, I can't pay you right now, but if you wait out here, I promise you, because I need a ride all the way back to the Miller Homes. Went in there and looked, seen Red, and I'm like, Red, you in the battle? He was like, yeah. He had that jacket on. You know, because he had started working there, and my aunt Miss Sue, she was working there, and I was familiar with that board. They had this big mixer with the knob, the rotary knobs on it, but the thing that the DJs messed up with is she set the knobs, she had the master on 6, and you couldn't turn the knobs up. You had to try and cut with the knobs, but not go past 6 because the volume would be too loud. So he was struggling. So I said, Red, you using all your records? He said, no, you can look through them. I said, can I use these AJs? He was like, yeah, go ahead. And he said, what you doing? I said, I'm getting in the battle. So I battled him with his own records. So, hey, look, I had a mission. So, yeah, and I got to pay the cab. So, I let all of them go first because I was just standing there and I'm shaking my head because they struggling with that knob thing. It's like, I can't go past 6. And I'm just shaking my head, and then they all go, and when they got done, I turned the master volume down and just turned the knobs all the way up so you could get a full cut. And then I just was up there smacking it, and they was like, he won. And I grabbed the money, and I ran outside. I got in the cab and went back home. You know, and from that point, you know, we started with all of the crews and the DJs with the crews and Mighty MCs. I was DJing for the crew with Wafi and Rush D. Then later on, me and True Love hooked up, and that changed the spectrum of what was going on. We was like the tightest crew that every MC group wanted to get with. The God Squad, we took them all down. We were the first group to play the stage in Trenton High. Right, at the 99-cent talent show, we did that. You know, the first, you know, we signed a deal with Atlantic on Critique Records. Red might remember this record when LL's Love Rap, Hey Love, the slow joint came out. I Need Love. True Love came out with a song called Love Rap Ballad, and there was so much similarity that at 10 o'clock it was played, and then it was like, okay. They stopped playing True Love song, and LL song took the forefront of that. So that was like the beginning of establishing people getting signed here, you know. But I just wanted to say we have a lot of listeners here, and it's a pleasure, you know, finally having you guys come here. I was lucky to sit with Bambaataa. You know, I share my travels with people through social media because sometimes they don't see or hear any of this. So sometimes it's only through pictures. And Planet Rock, when it gets to that part and it says Trenton Rock to the Planet Rock, and people wonder, why did he say that? And when I was sitting with him at this station he was doing at the college radio, I said, I got a question, Bam, why did you say that? And he said, oh, it wasn't no reason in particular. I said, it might not have been anything for you, but it might be something for me that I could take back home. And he said, oh, we had Zulu Nation members out here. So there was a lot of stuff going on back in the day, you know, even the 5%. When we think that it started at a certain point, it didn't. It was way back in the 70s. So everything keeps revolving and it's all connected. You know, and this is how we stay a family. But the thing is now, we have to get the younger people to see this and gravitate and hold on to it to keep it going so it just doesn't vanish. Because unfortunately, some of us are gonna be missed out in the stories because we're not known. But there's been so many contributions that we gotta connect the dots. Peace.